Now here's a triple top. And that's three identical or roughly identical highs that mark a major turning point down and away from those highs. It must occur after a long uptrend if it's going to be a double or triple top. And it's another example of a rectangle pattern reversal. And you short the retest of the lower support area here after you've broken below this lower support. You have the initial high, you come down and gap down to support. You go up for the second test. You may or may not come back down here again, but in this case you didn't go all the way. You came back up for the third retest. And in this case, once you break below this trough that was formed after the initial high, that is the support line. Here and only here on the retest of this line is this a confirmed triple top. That's a textbook definition of a triple top. My best triple top, you can short here if the retest of this, on this third retest, goes over the second retest but closes under the second high and does so on much lighter volume. That's a best triple top. And here's an example of a best triple top. And we'll go to the version here with the markings. Here you had an initial high of 2666 on 7.2 million. Here you went over that to a high of 2681 on 5.7 million. Okay. Here you had 2737 on 3.3 million, and you had a 2654 close. So you went over the second high of 2681. You only had about half the volume, 5.7 or 6.7 versus 3.3. And you closed at 2654 versus the 2681 high here. So this is three failures at the $27 area in 9 months period of time. And you can see you dip down here to support. You broke down below the support. You don't have to wait, though, until you get back down there. You can short this up here because this met our criteria for a best triple top. And look how far this thing went. This is a less than best triple top. Okay, and obviously I'm talking about this point, and this point. And why do I say it's less than best? Well, here you had an initial high of 4074 on 3.1 million. The second one, you had a second high of 4211, a higher high on 3.7. So see, this second high, you had higher volume, all right? But you didn't get all the way to the 4074 high. Well, you went over it. I'm sorry. You went over it. You had 47, and I think you closed over it just slightly. But more importantly here, on the third test, you succeeded because you had a high of 4211. You had 3.7 million. Here you retested it on only 3.1 million. You went to a higher high of 4307 with a close below the second high. So this isn't it's not a best triple top. It's a less than best triple top. So in this case, just to be safer, you wait till you come down to this support area, break below it, and on the retest of the support area, you can short that safely. That's as safe as shorting a best triple top up here. Three failures at the $41, $42 area within only 7 months. So in closing, I want to talk to you about the Buffalo theory. And if you remember the old show Cheers about the bar up in Boston, there was a character there named Cliffy Clavin and his buddy Norm. And Cliffy Clavin told this story of the Buffalo theory that I think you'll enjoy. And Cliff said, well, you see, Norm, it's like this. A herd of buffalo can only move as fast as the slowest buffalo. And when the herd is hunted, it's the slowest and weakest ones at the back that are killed first. Now, this natural selection is good for the herd as a whole because the general speed and health of the whole group keeps improving by the regular killing of the weakest members. In much the same way, the human brain can only operate as fast as the slowest brain cells. Now, as we all know, excessive intake of alcohol kills brain cells, but naturally it only attacks the slowest and weakest brain cells first. In this way, regular consumption of beer eliminates the weaker brain cells, making the brain a faster and more efficient machine. And that, Norm, is why you always feel smarter after a few beers. In the spirit of Cliff's Buffalo theory, I hope my presentation today on patterns did not kill too many of your brain cells, and to the degree that it did, that they were only the slowest and weakest of your herd. leaving your brain a faster and more efficient machine at least. I thank you. That concludes our presentation tonight on chart patterns. I hope you enjoyed it. This has been great fun presenting this to you. It's been my honor to be your host, and come back to Tiger University for more fabulous learning in the future. Take care, folks.